Yeah, that shit's not creepy at all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to. I think I'm calling this series "Kneale can talk." I can talk. This is where, if I could edit, I would throw in that one clip from Shrek, um, with with freaking Donkey and the old lady, where it's like, "I can talk." I haven't seen Shrek in forever. That's just a random reference from Kneale, I guess. Derp. Now I know what you're all thinking. Kneale, you sexy apostle from above with your weird facial hair but very beautiful face of justice. What video are you blessing us with today? To which, my simple disciples, I say, we're going to be talking about some video games, which is a little different from what we talked about last time because I brought up some Marvel shit, specifically Marvel fatigue. I'd love to do another video on that later after WandaVision is done. But just to follow up on that a little, love the show. You should watch our cover series of Disney Plus Pals on it. But that's really neither here nor there. That has absolutely nothing to do with what we're doing today. We are talking about Five Nights at Freddy's and Dead by Daylight. Specifically, should there be a Five Nights at Freddy's character in Dead by Daylight? And if there should, who should it be? What should their perks and overall moveset consist of? And is this even a good idea? I really want to talk to you guys about this because it's been on my mind lately, and obviously I'm a huge FNAF fan, so yeah, let's talk about it. Now, I've been playing a lot of Dead by Daylight lately, so I think I'm okay to talk about stuff like perks, but I gotta be real, I don't know all the logistics, and I very much could be pitching you guys a broken character. So I ask that you just go in with an empty mind and just view this as speculation, like what could be, not necessarily what will be, what could be, and the ideas that could go with it. So for starters, we should ask the big question: should there even be a Five Nights at Freddy's character in Dead by Daylight? To which, of course, I would reply, yes. But I don't know if that's a good enough answer, so let me quickly explain what the two games are. Five Nights at Freddy's is a game where, in most incarnations, you need to survive the night when you're stuck in a pizza place or a fear museum or even an underground robot factory. The point is, you need to last till about 6 a.m. at night, and you need to get out of there alive. And you need to do this for, ironically, usually 6 nights, but Five Nights at Freddy's, because that's a better name. You know, it's honestly hitting me just how similar these two games are. Dead by Daylight is a game where you are trapped in this environment for one night being sought out by a killer, and you need to survive until you can get like 5 or 6 generators done. Five generators, 5 nights at Freddy's. If they do this, they gotta call it 5 generators at Freddy's. So, yeah, there isn't much of an argument here. The two fit together. Obviously, like, this game is full of characters that have freaking murderous intentions, going after somebody and trying to kill them. And the way that I know these games are so similar is the thing I just described of killing characters and stuff. You don't know which game I was talking about there, do you? I was talking about FNAF, but it could have been either of them. So let's get into the meat. Which character should be in Dead by Daylight? I think the obvious answer is Freddy. I mean, it makes sense. Freddy's not the scariest, but his name's in the title. He's in every single game. It makes sense to do Freddy. Plus, you could have a field day with skins for him. You could have Funtime Freddy, Nightmare Freddy, maybe even a Golden Freddy. Although Golden Freddy is like a different character and he doesn't move in a conventional way, so I don't know. You could still do Nightmare Fredbear, I guess. Although he's fatter. Come to think of it, maybe Nightmare Fredbear could be the character. It makes sense because of the close connection Fredbear has to the overall story. Fredbear was the first animatronic and the one who killed the original child, who went on to become Golden Freddy. So, I guess that makes sense, but let's be honest, we're ignoring the front runner here. There's one character who should obviously be in Dead by Daylight, and that's Springtrap. William Afton, one of the engineers who helped develop the robotics that are used at the Freddy Fazbear Pizza locations, went on a murderous crime spree, killing several children along his way and putting them into the suits. But that's when he became the weird, decrepit, bunny evil thing that is Springtrap. Springtrap makes sense for multiple reasons. If there's one bad guy in the series, it's him. He's the killer. All of the other animatronics are just poor victims of William, but William, even in death, in fact, Springtrap is so obvious of a choice, I'm not even the first to say it. There are plenty of people, including my friend Skylar, who want Springtrap to be in there. Number one, makes sense that they could find a way to implement this into the game. Like, for example, he could, if he run out of time, you're on the killer's team now, and you have to go help kill the other survivors. Now, that would be kind of hard to implement into the game, but admit it, that shit sounds cool. However, something far more easy to implement would. I thought my camera was screwing up. Am I good? Am I good? Okay, camera was screwing up for a minute. Something far easier to implement would be to add some hallucinations of some of the other characters. After all, in FNAF 3, Springtrap's first appearance, he could do Nightmare Mangle, Nightmare Balloon Boy. It makes sense that and good old you're not Nightmare Balloon Boy, you're Phantom Balloon Boy. Good old Phantom. Blah. This is why I wish I could edit, but I can't. Good old Nightmare Phantom Balloon Boy. God, I literally like off screen just went Phantom. Phantom Balloon Boy. Well, actually, I guess Ultimate Balloon Boy. If you've played FNAF 3, you know you can lure Springtrap away by playing the laughing thing should be done is now Springtrap can use that to his advantage. In the event that a survivor is right next to Springtrap, Springtrap could have a 50-50 chance, or maybe less math than that he will hear the hi sound. And if that happens, that tells him there's a survivor nearby that needs to be spring locked. Of course, his map needs to be Freddy Fazbear's, or perhaps even Fazbear Frights from his own game. I would love to see things like the ball pit and the arcade games. Plus, we could even get little cameos from our friend the puppet here. He's in that game a lot, and hey, maybe there could be like a little perk for the survivors. That's another thing. Who should the survivor be? Now, obviously, there are some characters we could put here. We can put Henry Emily. We could put Mike Fitzgerald. No, it's Jeremy Fitzgerald. It's Mike Schmidt. Or, of course, Michael Afton. But I think I'm going to go with the book series here and pick good old Charlie Emily. For those of you who don't know, Charlie Emily, daughter of Henry Emily, is okay. I'm going to talk about the FNAF books for a minute here, so stick with me. Um, she's a robot. That's the big plot twist of the books. She is a robot, and Charlie actually died a very long time ago to possess the puppet. So I think it could be interesting if maybe Charlie had some robot unique skills to her. For example, well, since she's a robot, maybe when she's working on generators, she could have a bit of an advantage. Maybe it just goes a little quicker. After all, her dad helped set up robotics and shit. And we've seen in the books that she knows how to do some of that too. So obviously, Charlie would be able to knock out a generator. I mean, come on, guys. It's not rocket science. Robot science. I don't know. I'm having camera issues today. I'm sorry. Charlie also could, well, bear with me again. So it also turns out that Baby, the animatronic from the games, my dog went bark. Mortis was causing trouble. You're a bad kitty. Oh, did I not pause? Oh, fuck. Okay, bear with me. Charlie and Baby are essentially the same robot. So maybe Charlie could have some powers like screwing with some of the monsters. Like maybe if they're mechanical focused, which some of them are, Charlie could mess with that. Or maybe she could set up traps that could ensnare the killer. We don't really have that from a survivor yet, so that'd be pretty neat to see. It would also be. I'm that. Are you paused? Are you paused? It would also be neat to see some costumes focused around the idea that Charlie and Baby are pretty similar characters, even down to the fact that they are the same model. Now, I'm not saying they have to do Charlie. You could do Tape Girl. You could do anybody. There are plenty of characters. Hell, you can make an argument for Vanny, even. But, I think Charlie would be a good pick. Or maybe since there's a movie coming out, hey, throw one of the characters from that. Give us a little sneak peek of who that character's going to be. So, yeah, this video was... I just keep checking to make sure I'm recording. I'm so bad at everything in life. Why do you watch me? So, yeah, this video was a little different from the last one, but I love this franchise, both franchises, and I would love to see them get together. Honestly, there's even some cool little story potential. For example, the entity could see that William Afton was this killer in life and intentionally ignore him, but once Springtrap starts striking back, he can't ignore it anymore. So, right before the fires burn Springtrap to death, poof, he's in the world of Dead by Daylight, just looking for his next kills, saved from Golden Freddy's curse keeping him alive. But now maybe he's under a new one. I guess we'll have to see. So, do I think this would ever happen? I don't know. I mean, Scat's done weirder shit in the past. Just look at FNAF World. I would love to see it happen, though. These are both really, really, really good games with really dark themes and dark stories, and to see them come together, it would just be so cool. Plus, to see a FNAF character stand shoulder to shoulder with people like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Leatherface, my God, it's any FNAF fan's dream, if you ask me. But, hey, that's just my opinion. Who would you guys like to see get in? Frankly, I think I'd love to see Jason get in. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I'd love to see Jason get in. Let me know if you guys would have thrown in one of the other FNAF characters. There are plenty. Lolbit could have been in there. I mean, it would have been the most adorable killer by far, but you could put in Lolbit. I love this little derp master. And please leave suggestions of other things to talk about. Honestly, I love doing facecam videos like this, and I want to talk about more stuff. And also, admittedly, I have tons I want to talk about, but also I want to do things you want to hear, so please, tell me what you want me to talk about. I would love to gush about Hawkeye. I would love to gush about more Marvel or more FNAF. It's up to you guys. I just want to know what you want from all this. The Marvel Fatigue video did pretty okay by my standards, so hey, I'm here to stay as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, guys, let's hope Springtrap gets in, but if he doesn't get in, then, just wasted my voice. I love you guys, though. I love you forever. Well, bye, everybody. Dorp. That's a stupid picture. That's going to be in the thumbnail.